Hello and welcome to the Quibber channel. I am Jason, your host. I'm just going to have my tablets. Always make sure I have them. That's one of the things it's become part of my ritual to do it just at the start of my stream, so I don't forget to have my tablets. This is a good thing. We like it when we have. Oh. That doesn't look right anymore. My earplugs don't seem to be. Okay, so I'm here. I'm awake. It's Tuesday now. Monday sort of disappeared. I was very busy trying to get everything sorted. So I am here in my kitchen. My new setup. It works really well, this does. I don't think we don't get as much flickering. I think it was the Samsung Can vlog and that, but it's just on the edge of being able to. We're all good. We'll wait for everybody to arrive and we can just start talking. And I think, yes, I'm going to do potatoes this morning, but I'm going to prepare two meals. I'm going to prepare the meal for later as well as this morning, so I don't have to sort anything else out. Get it all done, then I can go upstairs. We should have a proper stream in that upstairs and that now. We're okay. The wireless signal in this room is pretty damn good. Seeing as we've moved the router upstairs, everything seems to be working perfect. Hunky dory. Prepared all that I can. I'm still cleaning up the house a little bit and making sure everything's sorted. Now, when you move stuff around as much as I do, things just sort of, well, they get all over the place. Like a bag of barbecue briquettes sitting on a chair here. It's been sitting on there since I moved in, and I don't know where to put it. Really have any room for it. Just the way it is. I've collected a lot more cardboard boxes, which are going to go in the backyard, and then will be broken up and put out. So on. But that's normal. We are just going to do the first meal will be, of course, the one that I had this morning. It's going to be based around the same things as normal, because when I've got fresh vegetables in, I'll always use the fresh vegetables up first, the potatoes and the carrots. Unfortunately, those aren't really the only vegetables that I can actually use, and my body doesn't rebel against them. So it's all my basic meal for lunch will always, if they've got fresh vegetables, it will be based around those two things. Random! Yay! How are you doing, Random? You are awesome. Wonderful. You just woke up. It's nearly 3 AM for me. That's a little bit of a wrong time to wake up, isn't it? It's not a good time to wake up. You're now eating M&Ms. You have a serious issue when it comes to food. So now you're always eating weird stuff. Usually doesn't do with you. I'll just get there. potatoes. The potatoes, we're getting the potatoes out. The potatoes and the carrots. And I need my chickens. I need these. So potatoes. The potatoes will go in first. We shall put the potatoes. The potatoes. The potatoes are going to go in the pan. Yeah. Yeah, I've had that happen. One potato. Two potato. You mean I won't have to threaten you with muting you on the channel because you go all hyper? Because sometimes you're a little hyper, Zero or not. You're a little tiny bit hyper, aren't you? You can be you embrace the hyperness a little bit. That's enough potatoes. So we'll put some water in there. Potatoes can go away. Wrapped on. Potatoes. The potatoes are cooking. The potatoes are starting to boil. We are boiling the potatoes. Now we're going to do the carrots. We're going to put some carrots in here. Yes, this kitchen was paid for by the ill-gotten gains that Trevor used by stealing from my mum's account. So at least I get to use it and that. At least he did well on the actual setting up the bits and pieces for the houses. So it has a nice kitchen. So I get to use the stuff that Trevor basically stole my money and used a little bit of my mum's money for. When he was supposed to use his own money for it. He was supposed to use his own money for it, but no, he used my mum's money for it. That was just the way Trevor rolled. But we've got just enough carrots to do the basics. So we've got this. Let's put the others to wash. So. The potatoes, the potatoes will go in. We know the potatoes and the carrots are in. Put this away. Then we have used all the carrots up. All of the carrots are yours, Doc. Potatoes are in, carrots are in. Right, so what is next? Well, I suppose we've got to decide between tuna and pie. So we can have a pie or we can have tuna. I don't know what you're talking about. But we need to decide between us whether I have a pie or tuna today with the meal. Pie or tuna. I'm edging towards pie. There'll be a different kind of pie. I'll have to bake in the actual thingy. So you want fish? Hello, Lord Commissar Kitty of Doom. That's a cute name. So okay, so we're going tuna today. So yep, tuna is easy. Tuna is just a tin of tuna that I'll just grab from. Just a tin of tuna that'll go with the potatoes and carrots. That's basic as it goes. As basic as it goes. No tuna. We're all going for tuna. Tuna today with the potato meal. So that's the first meal sorted. And now we're going to put together the meal for later on today for about between 3 and 4 o'clock. Because as we've talked about before, I can't eat after 4 p.m. So my last meal, I have 2 main meals of the day. I cannot eat anything after 4 p.m. Can't have any sweets, can't have any crisps, can't have any snacks. I cannot eat anything after 4 p.m. or bad things happen. So it's always better I prepare both the meals and set them up. So the second meal is going to be done in the Instapot. Maybe you're not eating right, maybe. So that's the Instapot we're going to put stuff in. We need to put some rice in there. Rice, we're going to have rice based. So this is basically the only kind of rice I can use. I can only use basic wild rice, white rice. I can't use wild rice or brown rice. Body doesn't those things sadly anymore. So it's only. Right, so first thing we have to do is to make a little risotto is 75 grams of rice. Grams. $25 grams of rice goes in there. On down inside. So basically right there. And don't yell on the channels there outside, please. We've talked about this. Well, isn't your own venting board? On. So, what goes in there as well is we use a couple of little potatoes. Hello, Brit. So we've got rice in there and potatoes. 2 sliced potatoes in with there. I like the Instapot because you just set it going and it'll just keep it warm for the rest of the day. We put some pieces of spinach in. The main reason I have spinach in these meals is to make sure I'm eating enough potassium, because I can very easily get low potassium. So spinach is a very good form of potassium. So I add that in there. And then these are just casserole mixed vegetables. We've got carrots and some other bits and pieces in. There we go, those go in there as well. Now this goes away. Hello, Goblin Mode. Great. Yay, the whole team is coming in. And then we put in 2 sausages. And then we put in a soup, a vegetable soup. Because I can't have gravy usually. I can only have one type of gravy. I can't have bananas. So a basic vegetable soup is what's the stock in there. And really, I can't have any normal spices in there or anything. So that goes in there as well. And on top of that, we just put 300 ml of water, which is for the rice. The 300 ml of water is for the rice. And then we put it in the pot, and that will be ready for my 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the afternoon meal. Filling. Pin these down because they don't need to be. Oh. And now we just take the swirly thing and just stir it a little bit. And then this goes in here. On for 10 minutes. That'll just sit there and keep warm until this afternoon. Yeah. See, I have to balance my meals it's very challenging for me to balance my meals because I'm limited with all the food I can eat. I don't have the luxury that most people have to just eat anything when they feel like it. I can't really have I can't have stuff like kidney beans, chickpeas, they're out, I can't use them. Can't have pasta, can't have I think you eat too much serenite. Every time you come on, you're talking about you eating too much, whether it's chocolate or sweets or something. You eat too much of something. You might want to look into that. And so I have to limit myself in so many ways when it comes to food. You're asking me if I've ever had lamb. I live in the UK. Of course I've had lamb. I'm 52, of course. Is there anybody in the world who hasn't had lamb? It would be weird to me. Anybody who's never had lamb? I've had lamb. Lamb I can't eat anymore. Before 2000, now here's a cautionary tale for you all. When your body goes wrong, when something happens, how can you not have had lamb? Lamb is a really nice meat. Oh. Cream is freezing for you. Try going to YouTube, Britt. Try going to YouTube. If you're on Twitch, try YouTube, because sometimes YouTube's better than remember, you can watch my channel on Twitter. My stream goes out to Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. And thingy. So, if you're having a problem with one of them, you might find that the codec on another one is better. Yeah. So, swap over to my channel on YouTube, and you can watch me there. Or on Facebook, it's all different codecs. So one might be better than another for you. See, before 2018, I could eat anything. I mean, seriously. I ate anything I wanted. I could have any amount of cake, any amount of sweets, any amount of I was not allergic to absolutely nothing, and there was nothing that I didn't try. So but now, since my bowel cancer, my entire body is just, nope, you can't eat most things. So cautionary tale for you, to make sure that you appreciate when you can eat them. They're not actually allergies, though. This is the problem. It's not allergies. I'm not allergic to any of these foods. It's just the body. It's just my... The way food works with your gastric system is this, and it's very simple. Your body, your stomach, once you've chewed and eaten your food goes in your stomach, and your stomach is the first line of digestion. It doesn't actually, nothing gets absorbed in your stomach, but your stomach is the line that starts to break food down properly. So your stomach acid, and your body says, hey, that's such and such food, so therefore we need to create this much acid to break it down. Unfortunately now, because of my bowel cancer and everything, food takes longer to go through the system, and some foods just won't. And so that causes the body to create more stomach acid until the stomach acid reaches my throat and damages my throat. Not good. So that's the problem. So high fat content, anything with high fat, I can't touch. Pastries, because to break down fat, your body needs to create more acid. So bacon, pork, different kinds of chocolate, sweets, cake, ice cream, any of the really nice stuff that we all love, no, cannot touch it anymore, because my body would have to create. The only thing I can have is gummies. One specific type of gummy I can still eat because of they're so simple, and gastric systems find gummies very easy to eat. This is another tip for you. Let's just go sideways on this. Yeah. Oh, hello, Enos. Sorry, Enos. It just hasn't switched over to the normal podcast thing. No, can't have dark chocolate, can't have light chocolate, can't have anything like that. I do a lot of retro streams, but obviously my Twitter stream hasn't switched over completely to the pod to say that it's a podcast. So let me go into restream and change that. It does that sometimes. So let's go into my restream and then my Twitch and just change it from retro to podcast. That was set last time I played the Amiga. I did that kind of stream. So that should actually switch it over. There we are. No, can't have dark chocolate. The only kind of... See, if you have bowel cancer, and when you come out of surgery, the first kind of sweets you can have is these basic Haribo, like the large strawberries, the giant strawberries that Haribo do, that kind of thing, because they're made of just glycerin, and therefore they just slide down your gastric system. So I can have, that is the one sweet that I can have. Yeah, I can eat those. They are pretty much, I can eat peanuts, but I don't like peanuts very much. So, but I can have peanuts as a savoury. And there is one form on my wish list as a form of chickpeas crisps. It's the only form of chickpeas crisps that I can still have, but that one is okay. So I've got some kind of savoury things, those two, but I'm very limited. I can eat potatoes, I can eat carrots, but potatoes and carrots have to be mashed. They have to be completely cooked through to the point where I can't have steamed vegetables. They've got to be cooked to the point of they're basically on their way to be already pre-digested type food. I can't. Yeah. I can eat most root vegetables if they're really well cooked again. Like put root vegetables into the pressure cooker for the afternoon food because the pressure cooker cooks things really well. Sausages. I can have sausages, but only in a specific way. I can't have sausage that are fried on the... I can't fry them on the thingy. I can't cook them in the oven. But I can put them in the microwave and have them in a risotto. I mean, I can put them in the Instapot, in the pressure cooker, because that, in a way, renders them down. So they no longer gets rid of some of the fatty acids and that in it. So I've had to... the meat I can have properly is chicken. Chicken's fine, although I can't really have the skin on the chicken and so on, things like that. I've had to limit and change it. There's 2 takeouts I can eat from. 2 takeouts. One is a chip shop that uses a really nice oil on their chips and that, and their stuff is really nice, and they cook their chicken in really well. Yeah. So different people's bodies, but human bodies are very different, and so I've had to limit so much food that I eat. For example, yesterday, some Amazon sent me a sample of a new type of chocolate that I wanted to try. It's a white type of chocolate that was orange flavour. It was nice. I tried a bit of it, but I woke up every hour all during the night and couldn't sleep properly last night. And that was just by eating a bit of chocolate. Because my body, and I thought this chocolate would be okay and I wanted to try it. But no, I can't touch it. So I will buy things in and try them because you need to have some variety. Like if I find a pie, there's a specific, for some reason, there's a specific type of pies. There's 2 types of pies. Let me show you. There's the Holland type of pie, the pastry that they use in the Holland pie, and the way they're made, my body can handle and doesn't rebel against them. These Holland pies, yeah, those ones I can have. They're little those, and I can have Morrison's pies. These ones, I can have these. Yeah, that sounds very like me. What that means is when you're getting those belching, it means that your body is creating more acid to deal with something. You need to get that looked at because it can get bad. Because every time you belch like that, a tiny little bit of stomach acid goes up with it. Now, we call this heartburn, but it's far worse than heartburn because heartburn is something people have rarely, and it's when they will eat something like, you can get heartburn, yeah, so have it checked because you can manage it like I can. You have to find out what works for you in that. And I keep Gaviscon in the house and antacid for when things do go bad. But you've got to really keep an eye on it because that acid can damage your throat. Over time, it can cause complications. We don't like to think about cancer and that, but it can cause throat cancer and issues like that. It can do that kind of harm over time because your throat isn't meant to. But for most people, it just inflames it. And of course, this is why I don't test new foods out before the weekend shows when I'm going to be singing and that, because if I tried to do that, I'd have issues with my singing. So I have to make sure it's after either Sunday or Monday. So I've got the entire week to recover, like I tried that chocolate. So it sucks when you have to plan these things out. I mean, mine is specifically because I had 40% of my bowels removed, and My gastric system was damaged. No, can't. I tried homemade pies. Something about specific pies. Bye-bye for now, Brit. No, I've tried making homemade pies with homemade stuff and that. And for some reason, no. The only places I can have these specific pies, but I can't have any other kinds. It will cause my body to rebel. For some reason, whatever pastry they use in those two things, whatever way they manufacture these pies, it works for my body. So I can have pies now and then. I don't have a lot of them, but they're there. But when it comes to veg, I have to just make sure vegetables are completely cooked through. Unfortunately, I can't. I can never go vegan, and I can never go vegetarian. And the reason is, I can't. My body can't process very well soya. Anything that basically I can have dairy I can't have also, but most dairy is off the table. But also I can't have it's like so most meat products. Yeah, you've got the same kind of thing then, but for a different reason. Because if you eat bad things, it will damage your intestines. If I eat bad things, it will damage my throat. Yours goes down, mine goes up. But it's the same kind of thing. We have to choose, be very careful about certain type of food. So these pies that I eat, they're the only ones I've found that don't affect the body badly. And it's testing things, but it's very dangerous for someone with celiac to actually, I can do some testing, but for you, if you did it, you could actually damage a part of your intestines. It's not good. And believe me, you don't want to have some of your intestines removed because that's not good. You've only got so much intestines. And they do deal most of the, it's like me, I have to eat about 50% more than normal just to make sure my body absorbs what it's supposed to. And like I said earlier in the stream, I have to watch that I don't become low on potassium. Because while your intestine does heal, it doesn't regenerate the same size in any way, shape or form. So once you've lost a part of your intestine, you've lost a part of your body that absorbs food, liquid. And different parts of your intestine absorb different types of food. So you have to be very careful with that. It sucks. But you find foods that you can eat and you find things that you can enjoy. Because it's like it's very hard for people to appreciate just how bad it can be. And it can be very depressing. Because food is part of our comfort. It's psychological. One of the worst things I've had to do was when you first have GERD and esophagus problems, you have to go on what's called an elimination diet. And oh my God, an elimination diet is the worst possible. Imagine only being able to eat boiled potatoes, boiled cabbage, and boiled chicken. That's it. Yeah. Yeah, all the gluten foods, because they're all the nice ones, isn't it? Pizzas and everything. Even if you're not autistic like we are, even if you're not autistic, everybody's had that point in time in their life. Yeah. You have to go through that. And then you start slowly adding stuff back into your diet, don't you? To see what your body can cope with very carefully. But it can be so boring to eat those things over and over just to get some food in you. It's like, ah. But yeah. a non neurodivergent person has felt it as well, because you've all had a bad day at work, you come home, you order a pizza, you watch your favourite show, you get some ice cream, you eat your favourite potato chips, whatever. These things are comfort foods. They are a psychological thing. They make you feel better. But for someone who's autistic or dealing with depression or bipolar or any of those other problems, food is an intrinsic part of helping to give you ammunition to fight the battles that you fight every day. So when you're put in a situation where a lot of that is removed, you have to find other types of food to take its place. You have to keep testing, because you need those extras. You need something. I mean, I haven't got any gummies in at the moment, but I'm going to order some more of those strawberry gummies, because they're, and some of those high peas, but I'm going to wait till the end of the month now. And it's such a part of our comfort food that we've got to find things that can... Yeah. Yeah, it's... Which... Gluten is now basically a killer for you, isn't it? And the same for me, I can't have gluten as well. I'm not celiac, but because I had 40% of my bowels removed and 27 to 28 of the lymph nodes down there removed, my body doesn't absorb certain things and shouldn't have. Yeah. You have to be very careful, don't you? Because if you pick something bad, it can wreck you. And it has an effect on your emotion. Hello, mad lad, welcome. So it had effect. So it's... So to anybody out there that can eat normally, take care of your body and don't overdo it. Try to eat balanced meals. Try to keep your body, because you will really feel it if something goes wrong. If something goes wrong and it's your body screws up in any way, you will miss being able to eat all the things that you love. You really will. It's like juice, Goblin. I can only have 2 types of juice. I've got 2 apple juices over here that I can have with my drink, because I only drink water and apple. I can't have caffeine or tea or any coffee or milkshakes or anything like that. I can't have any of that. The only kind of milk I can have is oat milk. That is the only kind of milk I can have anymore. So yeah, yeah. 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 Hello, Osub. Hmm. Yeah, interesting. Yeah. It's like if when you find out the stuff that you can still eat now. It's guava juice. It's actually not something I can get hold of, and unfortunately, most fruit I can't absorb. So I'm very lucky. Up until when I did my elimination diet, we thought I would actually only be able to drink water. We thought that I would only be able to drink water, but we found out that 2 specific types, and there are only 2. I've tried other kinds of cordials and that, but I can have this or this. These are the 2 types that I can actually have. This is High Juice, which is from Morrison's, and it's basically apple and elderflower. I can have a little bit of that in my drink. You'll see me drinking this all the time, all dinner. Or I can have this one. And these are the only 2. I can't have any other brand, and I can't have anything else. Those are the only ones I can have in my thingy. And as for fruits, I can't eat. I can eat pears. Pears seem to be okay for me. Can't have apples. Can't have grapes. Can't have oranges. Can't have pretty much most fruit out there. Can't have bananas. Can't have bananas anymore. Which is why I have to have spinach in my meals each day, because I can get low potassium. So it's a pain in the ass trying to figure out what I can actually have to eat, and that's. But you balance it, you work it out. And as you found goblin mode with celiac, with your gastric system is very unique to who you are. And it creates a memory, and it creates, as you grow up from a child to adult, everybody's unique on what their bodies can take. And when you have something wrong like I had and what you've got now, you have to adapt and still try to find those things that make you happy. Have a good sleep, random. Yeah, guava juice isn't easy to get in the UK. Not like I can get it, but it's. Yeah. Huh? They're all good. I'm just a few things. Right. Well, yeah, we can chat up this. The whole point of the morning show, while we talk in the kitchen, is we can, while I'm cooking my meal, we can just chat and talk about anything. It's funny though, I can't have butter, but I can't have butter, and I can't have dairy, and I can't have eggs, but I can have mayonnaise. For some reason, mayonnaise, because of the way it's processed, I can have. And no, I can't have mayonnaise that I've made myself. It's something about the process that they do in factories, that mayonnaise, either Hellmann's or Morrison's mayonnaise, I can have. But I can't have mayonnaise that I do myself. And I can't have the component parts that make it up. My body can't handle them. I can't have butter, I can't have dairy, so when I make potatoes, when I do mashed potatoes, a little bit of oat milk, and instead of butter, I put a little bit of mayonnaise in there, which makes the potatoes creamy. So that's how I do my mash. So but that, for some reason, my body can cope with mayonnaise. Can't cope with salad cream, can't cope with most other condiments. I can't have ketchup, I can't have brown sauce, I can't have any of those kind of things, but I can have mayonnaise. It's crazy. But yeah, last night was bad, and that was just because I tried a little bit of chocolate, a new type of chocolate from Amazon. And it was a white chocolate, and I thought I might be able to add it to. I can only have, there's only one type of seafood I can have, tuna. But specifically, tin tuna. That's the only kind of seafood I can have. No other. Oh, actually, from the fish and chip shop, I can have their cod. Their cod in batter, for some reason, doesn't trigger anything. But I can't have salmon. Salmon's got too much oil in. If it's an oily type of fish, then my body tries to create more acid, and it causes problems, and I have and things. No, can't have mussels or oysters. The only type of fish, I've tried mackerel, I've tried sardines, I've tried so many different fish, is now, I've even tried squid. Well, no. The only type we've found is, maybe it's because it's processed. But I've tried canned crab meat, can't have crab meat. It sucks, but there is certain things that I've found that I can still eat. only certain things. I could probably eat cod, but getting fresh cod is like more expensive than any other meat in the UK at the moment. It's like so expensive. So it's, but chicken without the skin I can have. And tuna. They're my two, and those sausages, for some reason the sausages I get, which don't have to be high quality sausages. Yeah. So this is the problem when your gastric system is damaged, when your gastric system is, parts of it are removed. I love crab. I love crab. For some reason, like, it's just oily fish and that my body can't handle. I love salmon. I love salmon. Can't have salmon. It's not fair. I can't have most kinds of bread. 99% of the bread out there I can't have. Oh, and I can't have most cereals because they put freaking whole wheat. I can't have whole wheat and I can't have whole grain. Those don't agree with me either. And I can't have most salads. I can't have fresh salads. Salads don't agree with me either. It's like, I can't have tomatoes. Freaking, frick. You know, basically, even if I could have pasta, do you know what percentage of pasta sauces have tomatoes in them? Yeah. It's crazy. It's an ongoing journey of finding things. I'm going to empty this out. Actually, no, I won't. I'll do that in a minute. I'll drain that in a minute. I'll get stuff ready to put the food out. But yeah, even if you've got celiac disease or if you've got esophagus, reflux, GERD or whatever, because your body's unique, what we will be able to handle and what will work with you will be unique. That's why you have to do like an elimination diet and find out what works for you. Slowly we bring things back. So this is why I have to eat big meals that I can eat. We'll open this up. We'll use the, once again, gravy. For some reason, certain vegetable gravy that I can use. I have no freaking idea why this specific gravy works for me and other gravies don't. This specific vegetable gravy, I can still have. Don't know why. Can't have chicken gravy, can't have beef gravy, can't have most gravies out there. But for this one, cope with. I always do a lot of gravy because the salt gets. Put this on here and then I'll show you which ones it's done. So, first things first, a little bit of, we're going to mash up the mash. But yeah, I can't have potatoes that are whole usually, except for one specific time. Once again, I can, let's just put oat milk in there. But you find a way to deal with this, and you find if it don't have a choice. swirly thing. We've got the swirly thing. A lot of this gravy goes to the doggies anyway. Then of course I can put a bit of mayonnaise in potatoes. I can't have most spices. Most spices are out. I cannot have no spices out there. Like 3 spices I figured out that I can still have. I can still have a bit of turmeric, cayenne pepper, paprika, pretty much everything else, including salt and pepper. My body can't handle, which sucks. I can't have thyme, I can't have parsley, I can't have all the herbs, which is really sucky. I used to love to spice up things. So there's so much stuff I can't have, but the stuff that I can have, I have to stick to now. So in the way, we've got the rest of that goes there. And the dogs get some carrots as well. So we can let's open up the tin of tuna. No mint. Yeah, can't have any mint. Can't have any vinegar. Mint, vinegar, salt. They're all out. So like I say, appreciate what you can when you can. It can be very depressing when you can't eat all those things that you love. The reason I can have this tin tuna. I can't have fresh tuna though. I love fresh tuna. Good. What this looks like in a minute. Right, so take out my flash cam. This is a good thing about this. We're connected up to thingy, so Azeal. Pretty basic, but it's something I can eat. That will be my food. I still enjoy myself. I mean, I still have rice. Just can't have brown rice because my body can't digest brown rice. It creates too much acid with brown rice. Crazy. So I'll give the dogs their food. And then I will be doing a stream upstairs. Because now I've sorted out all the computer stuff and sorted out all the router stuff, I can go straight into doing a stream when I go upstairs and that. So, yay, we can have, well, I'll do a vlog upstairs and then I'll do a gaming stream and everything. So, we will get through all this. So, I hope you all have a good morning and day or evening or night. Or, yeah, Fries. Oh, I miss fries. I miss French fries. Yeah, I can't eat French. It's specific. It's like weird stuff. Specific brands I can eat of certain things. You know what? I can actually eat. I found that I can eat, but I can't afford to have it. I can have a Big Mac. For some reason, a Big Mac doesn't affect me. I don't know why. Since all this happened, I've had like 3 Big Macs and none of them have caused me problems. No, what we're talking about, Ram, is in 2018, I had bowel cancer and 40% of my bowels was removed and 27 lymph nodes was removed. And that caused an issue which meant that my body absorbs food less and certain things my body can't absorb anymore, and it created gastroesophageal reflux problem whereby most foods I eat I've had to remove because my body creates more acid to try to digest them quickly because my gastric system is changed, and it means and then the acid gets to my throat through the weakened muscle there and causes bad problems. So I have to stop eating at 4 o'clock every day. I can't eat after 4 p.m. because I've got to wait 6 hours before I sleep. Had to change a lot. Most stuff I can't eat. Dairy. I can have tin tuna, but I can't have fresh tuna. I can't have most fish. In fact, nearly all fish, except for tuna, is out. I can't have most meats, although I have to eat meats. I can eat chicken. Chicken's okay, and a certain type of... It's lots of things you have to work out. You have to have an elimination diet and go through all. But it just happens. Most of the nice things that you like cake, I can't have. I can't have chocolates. I can't have most savoury sweets. I can't have crisps anymore. I can't have... The list that I can't have is far bigger than the list I can. And if I eat vegetables, they've got to be either pressure cooked or overly cooked, because I can't have steamed vegetables. They have to be fully cooked all the way through. I can only have potatoes if they're down to mashed potatoes. I can't have them fully and things like that. So yeah. So my diet is very different than it used to be. Before 2018, I could eat anything I wanted. Like most people. It just sucks. So, but you're very much motivated to keep to it. And I'll tell you why. Because if it goes bad, when I talk about bad things, so what I mean by this is this. If it goes bad, if I eat something I'm not supposed to, one of 2 things will happen. It will cause me to have to go to the bathroom every hour all night and not get a good night's sleep at all. Literally every hour I will wake up to go to the bathroom. But the scariest thing about it is if I eat something bad, it can create too much acid in my stomach, and that acid will go up my throat. And that's why, even if I eat normal stuff that's okay with me, I have to wait 6 hours before I can sleep. So I can't eat anything after 4 o'clock at night, really. 4 o'clock is my limit. I can't have snacks or anything after that point. Can't have caffeine, can't have alcohol, can't have any kind of fruit. Most fruit juices are out. I exist on water with a little bit of apple cordial. That's my normal drink. Can't have pop, can't have anything like fizzy pop or anything like that. Nope. So many things I've had to cut out. But you deal with it. You deal with it and you move on. For some reason, there's a couple of takeaways near me. I can eat certain things from those takeaways. But every time I test something new, I have to be very careful. Like yesterday, I didn't sleep because I tested out a new type of white chocolate from Amazon that I thought I might be able to cope with. But no, I was up every hour during the night and it horrible. But I tell you what, one of the most horrible things you can have happen is to when you lie down. If you lie down and liquid acid comes up from your stomach into your throat, it's not fun. It is a horrible, terrifying thing that happens. Because it's not just that it goes into your throat, it inflames your throat and makes your throat feel like it's constricting that. So you're very much motivated to not do it. I have Gaviscon in that antacid Gaviscon. Great big bottles of the stuff. I get it actually on my prescription because this is part of my problem. So yeah, I've got these big bottles of Gaviscon that I have to keep on in case I have something that doesn't help a little bit with that. So I've got to go now. I'm going to go and eat my meal, and I will do a gaming stream upstairs. I have no idea what we're going to do. We're just going to mess about and do stuff because I sorted out the router yesterday and got it all, everything set up upstairs. So now we can play games all day. Yes. And do some VR and things. So bye bye for now. I'm going to just have my food, upload this, and then do a vlog, and then do a, unless something comes up, because something can always come up. So bye bye for now. I hope you all have a wonderful day.